Welcome, everybody. You already know what's up, LG. How y'all doing? Good morning, Emeralds of Wisdom. Shout out to everybody in the live stream. While we wait, please let me get some likes in the building. While we wait for a couple people, we'll get you know how we do. What's up, Maddie Champ? How y'all doing? How you doing, C Diggs? Let me get some likes in the building. If you could please hit that like button. Okay. You already know we're gonna start back where we left off with the spirit sex education. We're gonna get into some stuff today, man. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, LG, let me know. Just email me when you want to set up that session. All right, we'll get right into it. Okay. Let me fix this light real quick. Let me get some likes in the building, guys. Shout out to everybody in the live stream. Like, we're gonna give people another minute before we get into this. Before we get into this knowledge. Okay. Do we get into this knowledge, man? Spirit sex education 101. Thank you for those that are hitting that thumbs up for me. Okay. Like always, remember this is a Q&A, guys. So though I do have a topic, if you guys want to talk about anything, anything concerning anything, you can let me know now before we get into the main topic, before we start dropping these jewels with the main topics. And I was inspired to get back on here. I know it's been a while, man. I think it's been like almost, I don't know, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on here. You guys know I've been busy, man. I'm handling, oh, that's something else I want to let you guys know too. Because I will starting late March, I will start my traveling. So I'll be in Atlanta March 19th to March 23rd. Then April, I'll be in New Orleans. June, I'll be in Vegas. July, I'll be in Miami. So again, I'm going around, I'm doing a lot of my traveling. So what I want to say though is that I won't be doing consultations for a while. Okay. Starting late March. So I know I have a little bit of a line of people wanting to get some consultations, the astrology readings. You guys know I do the numerology readings now. All my other services and stuff. I won't be doing them for a while. So what you want to do is hit me up now, get your spots now. All right. After this video, I'm gonna get more into that. I'm just letting you guys know since we're live right now. But yeah, if again any of those readings or services or whatever, like I said, I have a couple people that are backed up right now. If you're watching, or if you're not on live and you see this, what you want to do is contact me now and set up those sessions now. LG, I got you next week. Just let me know the date and time. We'll discuss that. Besides, oh yeah, that's what I want to say. Besides my students, who I'm talking about are the people that got the magic coaching sessions with me. All right, you guys are going to be the only ones to be able to, as far as phone consultations. All right. Now I'll still be doing videos and stuff like that. I'll still be doing videos. I'll probably start updating the group, the Facebook group more. Okay. Because again, like I said, I know I've been neglecting the Facebook group. But I'm gonna be dropping some heavy knowledge in there. So I'll still be doing videos, the Facebook group. It's just I won't have a lot of time for consultations. As you guys know, that takes up a lot of my time. But this is what I love to do. So, you know, so again, just before we get started, if you want those consultations, those readings, let me know now. Email me today. Get these things set up because, like I said, by late March, I would not be doing sessions anymore for a while until I'm done traveling. So also, like I said, my first place I'll be going to is Atlanta. So any of my people that are in the Atlanta area, let me know. You never know, we may be able to do a meet and greet. So, all right, so I had a dream of communicating and dealing with a certain spirit. Does that mean I have a spirit containing me? Well, LG, it depends on the nature of the dream. Okay, because as we know, dreams, regular dreams, that's what I mean. Like, it depends on the nature of the dream, because regular dreams are an expression of your subconscious mind. This is why I tell my students that they also need, um what is it called, they also need a dream journal. So if any of my students are on here on live, which LG, I know you're on here, but anybody else that's my student, with the magic coaching sessions, got to make sure you have a dream journal, because that is how you study your subconscious mind. You see what I'm saying? All right. So, C Diggs. Oh, yeah. LG, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my brother. So, C Diggs, how to balance feminine and masculine energy. I was told by an oracle that I had too much masculine energy. This is what I said before, and it's good because this is going to get into the topic again. This is spirit, sex, education, and we're not just talking about physical sex. I know physical sex is the last part, okay, of this discussion of sexual education. This is what we don't learn in high school, right? Or whatever. We see sex as just the physical act. It's the last, okay, because that represents the physical, even in the four elements, right? At top we have spirit, the second down we have the mind, down here we have the emotions, and then the physical realm. So anything physical is last, okay, last in the hierarchy. Again, no other element is better than the other, but what I mean is that physical sex comes last. All right, we have to understand it. So, see, Diggs, you asking this question leads me right into the discussion. Now, in my last live stream about this, I stated that everybody is masculine today, because that's society needs to control people. So that's why they want you to be masculine, because you'll probably wonder why. You'll probably ask the question of why would society want everybody to be masculine, is because men move in a pattern. Masculinity moves in a straight line. It's something that you can predict very easily, right? I was saying there's a reason why a woman can always catch you doing stuff. It's because you move in a pattern. So the moment you get out of that pattern, right, is the moment that she knows something is up. She knows something is different. Okay. So see, Diggs, basically what I'm saying, and now I'm gonna get to how you balance this, but I just want to make sure you understand that everybody is overly masculine for the most part. Okay. If you participate in society, right? If you have a job, if you go to school, or you went to school, or you were indoctrinated to be fully masculine, you're too left-brained, you're too logical. Okay. You were indoctrinated to be that way, because logical people are very predictable. Emotional people, overly emotional people, are not predictable. And because of that, they're a threat. So if you're ever wondering if somebody gets killed off by the so-called government, right? It's most likely because they were too unpredictable. Okay. That's a threat to society because that starts to breed, it starts to, like a disease, it starts to spread. And then if you have a whole bunch of people that are unpredictable, then that's a big threat. Okay. Just one person is a threat enough. But what happens if you have 2,000 people that are all predictable? That's just. Now, what happens if you have 2 million people that are unpredictable? Society's going to start to fall. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Basically, now we got to understand, again, I got to go back to some of the things that I stated in the last video. We got to understand what masculine and feminine energy is first before we can figure out how to balance this. Okay? So, masculine energy. The first thing we have to understand is that masculine energy, the masculine, like I said, it represents your logical thinking mind. Okay? It also, what it truly represents is projection. We're just talking about energy here. Okay. Projection. Another thing that it represents, think about some of the things in astrology, like the sun in astrology, your sun sign, right? It's so funny that we live in this masculine society, right? And when it comes to astrology, everybody's focused on their sun sign, right? It would make sense. All religions are focused on the sun. Okay. That's why when you see Jesus Christ, he has the rays in the back of his head, the sun. Okay. When you see Buddha with the rays in the back of him, the sun. So on and so forth. We can go on and on about the sun because it's talking about masculine energy. What is this? What does the sun represent? Ego. Okay. Also, consciousness. Here's the twist, guys. You're about to see a lot of the lies that these spiritual people talk about. They say in order for you to become more conscious, you need to get rid of your ego. How does that work when they are the same energy? Remember when I told you about Mars and what Mars represents and anything that Mars rules, it's the same energy. So when I said how you take action, your sexual energy, your anger, all that is the same energy. So what do you look like saying, okay, in order for you to take action more, you need to get rid of your sex drive? That doesn't make sense. It's the same thing with the ego and consciousness. Now, your ego can become toxic. Best believe anything in excess can become toxic. If you drink too much water, you could die. You could kill yourself. Okay, that should let you know. But are you going to say that water is bad because it has the potential to kill you? This is how you got to start looking at things, because anything in excess is toxic. Okay. So again, going back to what masculine energy is, it represents ego, the self. So the masculine part of you recognizes thyself. So when somebody says learn thyself, I want to learn thyself, that's a masculine statement. Okay. It's a masculine statement. Masculine energy is all about thyself. Okay. It's all about understanding your true wants and your true desires. So when somebody is overly masculine, all they think about is their true wants and their true desires, or what they think is their true wants and true desires. That's where you get the term self centered, because selfish and self centered are two different things. And in the way we speak, we make it similar. Okay. But self centered is when your world is centered around yourself. That's most people today. That's a masculine thing. Because the feminine, right, is focused on the others. That's why she was known as the wise one, because she understood that there is no such thing as self. Okay. You didn't even get to this planet by yourself. Now, but again, not saying that masculine energy is important, because obviously we've got to have a balance, right? Because when you do focus on thyself, of course, you increase health. You might find a career that benefits the world. Okay. But remember, it seems a little foreign to the natural world because nature itself is feminine. You see what I mean? So if you have a society that's overly masculine, automatically they're going to be against the natural world, as we see today. Okay, our society is destroying the natural world. Our society still is destroying the feminine in all aspects. It's destroying nature. Okay, I'm just painting a picture of what these energies are. Okay, masculinity looks at things individually. The feminine looks at things holistically. You need both, right? But we have too much of individually. Okay, you have too much of just thinking of one thing. And partially it's because of your religions. You want to believe in only one God. Who made up that rule? How do you know that's true? The thing about masculine energy too, since it's logical, it's built off of assumptions. It's built off of assumptions. So what does that mean? Think about a lot of the ideologies that you have in your mind. Again, we're getting deep, guys. I know, like I said, when I said spirit sex, this is what I want you to understand is that the actual physical sex part is the last part. This is true sex education. We're talking about masculine and feminine energy and how it works. This is sex education. Okay. So, again, assumptions. Think about all the ideologies that you have in your mind. Think about all these so-called facts that you have in your mind. If you can't physically or mentally validate something, it becomes an assumption or educated guess or a theory. You ever notice that all your facts from, you know, scientists, they always have theory attached to it? That means they don't know if it's really true. Come on, guys. You got to start waking up. You guys already know this. But, and then people debate and have arguments about stuff, about things that they don't even know, who the people who made it up don't even know if it's true. But that's how the masculine mind works. It wants to categorize things. So overly masculine people are very, very judgmental people. They're going to judge you right away off your appearance. And we all do that. That's why I'm saying that everybody is overly masculine. The moment you look at somebody, look at my skin color. Everybody's judging everybody off of my skin color. I mean, like, you see somebody with different skin color, you're going to automatically categorize that person. Don't say you don't, because you do. Naturally. It's not your fault that you do. You were raised in a society that makes you do that. Okay? Some of you guys pick partner is not what you get. But very, very masculine people don't understand that. I don't know why my connection got lost, but hopefully it didn't skip. But very, very masculine people can't understand it, right? Because you have to categorize. Now, again, if we didn't categorize things, everything will be a mess. So, not saying, again, like I said, you got to understand about walking that middle path, about being balanced. Okay. Yeah. Ichigo, sorry about that. My connection is so bad today. I don't know what's going on. But let me get some more likes in the building, by the way. Shout out to everybody in the building. Okay. So again, about categorization. It's good to categorize things because it keeps your reality organized. But what happens when you overly categorize things? What happens? Again, you become very judgmental over everything. Even not just people, but situations, environments. We start judging the environment before we even get in the environment. Why is that? Not only that, but we become judgmental over our past experiences. This is another reason why a lot of relationships don't work out, because you're carrying baggage from the past relationship. You know, an overly masculine person will say things like, I can't date a certain race because I had a bad experience with one person in that race. That's a very, very masculine statement. That's an assumption that they made from their that's an assumption that they made from their from the in their reality, because they're so self-centered. They don't know that their reality doesn't, their perception of reality doesn't mean it's reality. This is the breeding of schizophrenia in a basic level, where everybody's in their own little la la land. And they're just making statements and in in moving through the matrix over things that are just made up in their head. Okay, I know it sounds really bad, don't it? This is the breeding of the sickness called schizophrenia, where you're just in your own little world. You don't see reality for what it is. Something bad happens to you one time, and then you start changing your whole entire life over that one bad experience. Just because you had a bad experience in Chicago doesn't mean Chicago is totally bad. Just because you had a bad experience with a girl when you were younger doesn't mean all girls are trash. Just because you had a couple bad experiences with a couple men in your life doesn't mean all men are trash. You see what I'm saying? This is the part of growing up and becoming an adult. Okay? Becoming mature but still keeping your childlike mind. That's what it truly means, because usually when we start becoming adults, we become calcified, right? So the child is wide open, wise, right? The child has no preconceptions, has no baggage, okay? Has no baggage. But, the child needs to become disciplined, because that's what the child lacks, is discipline, okay? So as adults, we're supposed to learn discipline, but in this society, we tend to lose. We start, like I said, we become calcified, and we create all these prejudgments off of our experiences. Okay, so again, it's about broadening your mind. So again, like I said, masculine characters, they're very judgmental characters. All of us are, because we were taught to be that way. If you ever went to high school, which I'm sure you have, right? They taught you to be judgmental. In order for you to pass high school, you have to learn how to be judgmental. You have to learn how to take things for surface value. In order for you to pass college, you have to be taught to be judgmental. You have to judge things off of surface value. Again, masculine, this is why, like I said before, this is why sexually the masculine mind pays attention to the surface value of things. Women, you're not excluded from this either, because like I said, everybody hits that masculine. So a masculine character will look at how somebody dresses. Like, oh, I love the way they dress. And they'll even be in a relationship because somebody dresses good. They'll judge you off your body. They'll say, oh, that woman is shaped well. I'm going to marry her just because she's shaped well. Or, oh, this guy got big. He got nice muscles and stuff. I'm going to sleep with him just because he got nice muscles. That's a masculine thing. Hello, Vimy. Hello, everybody coming into the chat. If you're just coming into the chat, please let me get some thumbs up. I'm gonna get to the balance, EG. I know I'm just painting this picture. Okay, I'm gonna get to the balance because C. Diggs originally asked for the balance. I'm just making sure we understand what masculine and feminine energy is. Okay. So, but yeah, so masculinity, right? Like I said, judges things off the surface value. Now, what would feminine energy do when it comes to finding attraction? Feminine energy doesn't get fooled by surface value things, by things of surface value. So if there's a real feminine character, they won't get fooled by your body. They won't get fooled by how you dress. They won't get fooled about how much money you have. All these things are good, by the way. Obviously, all these things are good. But feminine energy gets attracted by your essence. Okay. You know, certain people have an essence. Think about it. Try to think. Like, remember when I was saying in my last video, and I was saying, think from here, your third eye. Okay. When you're judging things off your surface value, you're thinking from here, your two physical eyes. Well, think from here. Look at somebody's essence. You got to pay attention to how your body reacts to people. That's also a feminine thing. So guess what? We don't like to listen to our feminine because we feel like our body and our heart will get us in a lot of trouble. Yeah, it might get you in a lot of trouble if you're comparing it to masculinity. If you're comparing it to society. Oh, thank you, Ro. Again, you always, I love you too. You always supporting me. Shout out to you. You're definitely my number one supporter. I appreciate you all the time for making that donation. Um, so you got to pay attention to your body. Your body is very intelligent. Your heart is very intelligent. This is why the woman was known as the wise one. So Ichigo and C. Diggs, you're asking where's the balance? You got to start listening to your body. I know your body is raw. Like it's different. Doesn't have any preconceptions. Doesn't have any thinking capacity. It doesn't have these rules and regulations. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you to go all the way feminine. I want you to walk the middle path. I want you to use both intelligences. I don't even know if that's a word, but you guys know where I'm going. I want you to use your mind and I want you to use your mind and your spirit and your body and your emotions, and not just your mind. Your mind is when you get attracted to somebody. You guys, you know when you get attracted to somebody, your body wants to make a move. What happens? Your mind stops you. Your heart wants to jump, wants to dive right in. Your mind stops you. Your mind's like, oh, I can't do that because I'm going to get hurt or because it's not appropriate or blah, 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 all these preconceptions. Oh, because this happened to me before and that happened to me another time. And you're getting in your head and all of a sudden you make a move. People that are ruled by air, the air element. Okay, I know we had another glitch. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi today. Yeah, I know, Ichigo. I seen it. That's why I just stopped talking. So, but so, like I said, the mind. So you got to how you balance this. You're going to have to start going into dark territory. Remember, the feminine represents the black side of the yin and yang symbol, the yin symbol. You're going to have to start going into scary territory. What do I mean by scary? You know what's really scary? You listening to your heart, you listening to your body. I know. Your body's going to get you in trouble, right? But remember what I told you, that you have to make mistakes in order for you to grow. Everybody's trying to be too safe. Everybody's so scared all the time. You're so scared because you're in your head too much. This is the reason why the alchemists created alcohol. This is why when you start drinking alcohol, your body takes over. Now, sometimes it can be really extreme because you're holding this back. What happens in psychology, they say when you hold things down, they become bigger and bigger. So the more you hold these feelings and these urges down within your body and in your emotions, when you take when you take a substance, or something happens to you in your life that becomes very extreme, and all of a sudden your body or your emotions take over, you're going to explode. You're going to make some real big mistakes instead of just knowing when you should use your body and emotions, and knowing when you should use your mind. That's how you, again, like I said, if you want to balance C Diggs and Ichigo, you guys are going to have to start going into dark territory. You guys are going to have to start making some mistakes, because the feminine accepts mistakes. See, the masculine is like a robotic thing. There's like, you ever see movies where technology takes over, robots take over, and they try to eliminate mistakes. So what's the first thing that they do? They want to destroy human beings because they realize the human being itself is a big contradiction, which would be a mistake. I'm not saying we're mistakes, but to the masculine mind, humanity itself is a contradiction. So of course they're like, oh, we got to destroy humans. You're a walking contradiction because you're half masculine, half feminine. That's why you're a walking contradiction. Now, again, if they're trying to control the world, they want you to be a robot. And if you're 100% masculine, you're a robot. That's what 100% masculine looks like. Now, if you're 100% feminine, you don't even exist at all. You see? So both sides are still, both sides of the extreme are still, still wrong. You got to walk this middle path. So if you was 100% feminine, you wouldn't even exist. Okay? You just be blackness. Scientists call it dark energy. You would just be dark energy. It's floating around in space, if you believe in space. Okay? So you got to learn how to trust your emotions and your body more. Listen to your body. Okay? So even with simple things, like if you get a headache, right? The first thing you want to do is take a pill for the headache. What you want to do is listen to your body. What did you get the headache for? Because whatever you got it for is what you need to stop doing. Your body knows well. If your body tells you, you feel like you need to get up and get some fresh air, that's what you should do. Your body's intelligent. Okay? Even with sexually, your body's going to tell you, because guess what? Nature has no filter. All these rules and regulations come from the mind. Nature has no filter. You think about animals, that they have a filter of who they should be sexual with? No. Now, I'm not telling you to be 100% like that, but I'm saying you got to let go sometimes. You got to walk the middle path. You trying to be too safe. You have all these too many rules. Your body's going to tell you who you need to procreate with. But no, what you do is you procreate with people that mentally seem stable for you, that logically seem good for you. You disregard the emotions in the body, and you say, hey, I need to procreate with this person because they look, from surface value, they look like this is the person I should be with. One love to you. I can't read the Korean characters, but shout out to Korea in the building. Let me get some more likes in the building, guys. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, like you want to and this is why it don't work out. When you pick somebody to procreate with, or to practice procreating, right? You pick somebody because they look the part. From surface, again, you're not thinking from the third eye, guys. That's what it means to think from the third eye. Most people think it's this mystical thing. I mean, it is mystical. It is mystical, right? But when you start breaking things down, and you understand it well, you demystify things. Okay. So thinking from the third eye is when you actually see reality for what it is. People that have their third eye decalcified actually see reality from what it is. And I said this in my last video. This is why when you open your third eye, you most likely will change the way that you live. Most people that operate from their third eye, they don't eat meat anymore. Not coming at anybody who eats meat, but I'm just telling you the truth. Why? Because they see the corpse. They see it for what it is. They're not getting fooled by a nice little patty on a bun. You're getting fooled by here. They're not getting fooled by the nice little patty on the bun, the nice little cut slices you can put on a sandwich, the chicken nuggets that look cool. You know, they're seeing the corpse. They're seeing from here. Okay. Now, what happens when you project that to everything? You're going to change the way you do everything because you're going to see reality for what it is. And you're going to kind of separate from this little bubble that you have around your head that's my world and my perception of reality. And my perception of reality is the only reality and it's the only thing that's right. That's a calcified person. Okay. It's a calcified individual. So, we gotta understand these things. Okay. So again, the feminine, you gotta listen to your body with the feminine. Listen to your emotions. Yeah, I know you're gonna get hurt. That's a part of life. Okay. You might as well get comfortable. Motivational speakers say this all the time. You gotta learn how to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is what life is, guys. I don't know what you thought life was. You're here to grow. You can only grow by being uncomfortable. You don't grow when you're comfortable. Now, not saying that you should never be comfortable. Of course, there's time periods where you need rest. This is why in the scriptures they had a day of rest. Again, this is science. We're not talking about fantasy stuff. Again, people took it too literal because they're too left-brained. I mean, left-brained over here. So they took it as, oh, God did this, and then he had a day of rest on the seventh day. You're not understanding science. It's a scientific, all scriptures from our ancient cultures are scientific. They were explaining it in story because they knew that human beings can't process information that way. So they needed to put it in story format or metaphorical format. Your subconscious mind speaks through symbols and emotions. So the story is symbolic. All ancient cultures taught in story format. They created characteristics, created attributes, they created a storyline. Again, like I see people that were in school. I guarantee you, if I ask you what all the things that you learned in school, okay, we're back. I know it froze again. But I guarantee you that if I ask you all the things that you learned in school, right, you're not gonna remember any of that. But if I asked you the stories that you've learned in school or the movies you've seen, you could tell me all day. You can break all that down, right? You could tell me all day. Now, what happens when you pay attention to these stories in a way where you get the science from the story? You see what I mean? So if you're being attentive, right, and you say, "All right, this story that I'm watching or reading or tapping into, there's science that I need to pull from this." All right, and you know how to do that. This is how you learn the best. Everyone. So many people tell me they read all this stuff, right? And it never sticks with them. Well, that's because your human mind doesn't work like that. The ancients already knew this. Science, they'll catch up. They're so slow. That's why I wouldn't even rely on what they say. I will rely on what your ancient ancestors said. Modern science is a very, very new thing. Not barely 100 years old. Modern science, very, very new thing. Barely 100 years old. You're gonna believe them, or you're gonna believe your ancient ancestors, right? Which they go way farther back than what most people think. That's been cultivating this world for, again, I don't want to say numbers. I want you guys to do your own research, real research, because then you'll know they're lying about the historical timelines as well. They might not be lying, they might just not know. Okay. But if you notice something about our ancient ancestors, everything was the same in all cultures. This is stuff you got to pay attention to. It doesn't make sense for everything to be the same. For all these different cultures that are not connected to each other to be saying the same thing. That's called comparative research. That's how you find out if you have a fact or not. When you cross reference. The only thing on this planet that's been fully cross referenced are ancient teachings. So technically, ancient teachings are their only facts that we actually have. I'm talking about as you know, as a whole, because you didn't do these experiments that these scientists are doing that come up with these conclusions that you take as fact. Were you in them laboratories? Were you in space taking pictures? Did you land on the moon? Did you, you don't know. And I don't like to get into conspiracies too much because they're a waste of time. All right. Let's get deeper into the sexual talk. Okay. Let's get deeper into the sexual talk. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. Please let me get some likes in the building. We about to start. Okay. Astrology and numerology, yes. Uh these are important things. Again, uh the reason why astrology and numerology were presented in a way that is where it's kind of like characteristics. People just learn about this stuff about from Carl Jung. This is what a lot of people do in these new societies is they study ancient cultures, repackage it, and then tell you it's something that they created. That stuff from Carl Jung is not new. It's repackaged. It's astrology. It's the same characteristics, the same attributes, just repackaged a little bit differently. It's not original work. So with the personality thing, like I'm an ENTJ. For all those people that are into that, what I mean, I'm an ENTJ. That's the commander or whatever. That's the leader and all that good stuff. I mean, some of you might be familiar with that. But all that stuff is repackaged from older things. You want to get to the root of that information, go to real astrology. You want to get to the root of that, go to real numerology. Guys know I do the numerology readings now too. Okay, but yeah, like I said, oh yeah, for all the new people in the chat, like I said earlier, if you missed it earlier, I said that I'm gonna be doing my traveling starting in March, starting late March. So I won't be doing consultations for a while, besides for my students, besides for my magic coaching students. All right, you guys are going to be the only ones that I'm going to be in contact with. I'll still be doing videos, and I'll be tapping into my the private Facebook group again. So again, what I'm saying is that if I know I had a lineup of people that wanted, astrology, all the readings and consultations, you got to let me know now so I can book you in before the late March, because I won't be doing this readings for a while because I'll be traveling. Like I said, the first place I'm going to is Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta March 19th. Okay, then New Orleans, then Vegas, then Miami, and then after that, I'll be figuring some other things out. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, so let's get into. Oh, okay. Let me see. What's up, my man? How you doing today? Hey, yo, Ray. Shout out to Ray. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Thank you for showing love. I always appreciate you guys. I'm here because, like I said, I haven't been, I haven't been dropping videos like that because I've been doing so many consultations. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I start to traveling, I'll be dropping more videos. But then again, like I said, if you guys want those sessions, you want those readings, contact me now. occulthealing22@gmail.com. The email's in the description of this video. All right. So let's get a little bit deeper. Let's get more to the physical sexuality. I was touching on this at the end of my last video. I already told you, because physical sex is the last thing we got to talk about. The reason why your physical sex don't work out, the reason why your relationships don't work out, it's not because of physical things. Okay, this is because of spiritual and mental things. I already told you guys you have a lot of mental baggage from past relationships that you got to get rid of. People are not like your last ex. All right, if you really believe that, okay, if you really believe that, then that means you're still calcified. Once you get out of a relationship, that's where you got to leave it. All those things that happened to you in that relationship, that's where you got to leave it, because this is a new person. Not only that, but when you get with a different entity, you create a whole new energy. All right. You're not the same person in every relationship. You try to be the same person in every. You have to put effort. Some people are putting so much effort to try to be the same because they call that real. Let me tell you something about real. Because we have this preconception that somebody being real is that they're the same in every situation. That is a stupid person. That's not real. That's an unintelligent individual, because they don't understand the world. Every situation and every environment, you have to change. Bruce Lee was an intelligent guy. He told you have to be like water. He said you have to adapt to every situation. So if you're trying to be the same in every situation, that just lets you know that your intelligence is very, very low. Okay. Somebody's like, I'm real. I don't never change for nobody. I don't never change for nothing. That sounds like an overly masculine individual that's not intelligent. Real people, real individuals are people that adapt to their situation. Okay? They adapt to new situations. They adapt to new people. If you're anybody the same. I know it keeps freezing, guys. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna try to work through it. But I don't talk to anybody the same. So anybody that's had a consultation with me and been on the phone with me, I talk to everybody differently. I'm gauging your emotions and how you react to things. Some people I'm really, really hardcore on. You know, I'm tough on them, tough love. Some people I'm really relaxed and really more feminine with. I'm bending to them. Some people that I joke a lot with. It depends on who you are. It depends on your energy. I'm adapting to you. Because if I'm the speaker, if I'm your teacher, if I'm your speaker, I got to adapt to you. You don't have to adapt to me. That's not how communication works. Okay. Now, when we're talking to a whole bunch of people like I'm doing right now, I'm talking to multiple people. There's nothing you can really do about that. as a speaker or communicator. But one-on-one, again, we're talking about relationships, right? That's a one-on-one thing for some people. But even if you do have multiple partners, right, you're still like each person that you're dealing with at that moment, it's still a one-on-one thing, you know. And what we find here in the relationship is that we have two people that don't want to change. Two masculine characters, like I told you already. There's a reason why man and women is not working out today, is because they're bumping heads. You have two people that don't want to change. I told you that the woman was was the wise one, the wise one, because she would change very easily. And then men were crucifying her for it. They were like, "Oh, you're crazy. You don't make any sense." Yeah, you're right, guys. She don't make sense. She's not supposed to. Ladies, you don't have to make sense. All right. That's a part of being a woman. You know, so a man is like, I don't understand her. Hey, thank you for coming into the live stream, brother. Oh, thank you, Maddie Champ. Thank you, Maddie Champ, for endorsing me, shouting me out, brother. I try to do my best, try to give you, like I said, the real astrology readings and numerology readings. Like I told you guys before, I give you that real stuff. I'm not, you know, there's a lot of fake stuff out here. Obviously, we already know that. So, but like I said, the feminine, it's not supposed to make logical sense. She changes to the mood of the energy. You know, you gotta let her do that. You gotta let her express that. The moment that you let her be free and express that movement, right? Because there's a time to control her. That's the sexual time. I brought that up in my last video too when I said, um, when you start building her sexual energy up, she's gonna lose control first. All right. Any guy, and women too, if you're in a relationship with a guy that really, really got you sexually attracted to him, you realize that you kind of just can't control yourself in the relationship. The woman usually wants sex more, okay, than the guy, because her sexual energy is like quadruple to the man. And if it's not like that, I mean, of course it could be it could be a physical issue with her, but usually it's because she's not truly attracted. The guy is not building her up. Okay. You have to play chess with her, my men. Like, because again, like I said, we're represented by Mars, so we just want to go straight in. We just want to attack the sex. We just want sex right away. But that's not how it works with a woman. It can work like that, obviously, but if she's built up enough. But even if she is built up enough, you still want to pull her a little bit. What I mean by pulling her is you don't want to give her what she wants right away. You want the volcano to build up. Okay, you see what I mean? When you continuously do that to her and a lot, she's going to desire sex way more than you. It might become uncontrollable. Okay. Women have a naturally higher sex drive. I know it doesn't seem like that because of how society is. Women are turned off right now, but they know. You guys know. Just know I know. All right. Her sex drive is way higher than yours. Okay, and I'm talking about majority. I'm not talking about. There's always special cases with small groups of people. So you guys know we're all adults here. I don't mean every single person on this planet, every single woman on this planet has a higher sex drive than every single man on this planet. All right, there are going to be some women that have a naturally lower sex drive than another guy or something like that. What I mean is, like, we're talking about big picture here. Okay. We're talking about the feminine. We're talking about truly feminine characters. A truly feminine character, you want to know why she's going to have a higher sex drive? Because she represents the body. She represents the body. Okay, because the body itself is effeminate. Remember when I was just saying that you have to listen to your body if you want to start balancing yourself out, balancing, for all those overly masculine characters, you want to balance yourself out, you're going to have to start listening to your body. Okay. So the woman represents that she's more connected to her body and her emotions. She rules these realms. Remember, the physical realm, earth, and the emotional realm, water, the woman represents that. So of course she's going to be naturally stronger in these aspects. This is exactly why she can take more pain than the male. She can take more physical pain than the male. All right. A lot of us guys, we wouldn't even be able to handle a period, a menstrual cycle, let alone giving birth to a human being without any medication. That's the key thing. Is there any women out there that gave birth without any medication? Shit hurts, right? I mean, I don't even know. I'm a man, but I could just imagine because I've seen, you know, women give birth before. I can just imagine how painful that is. All right. I'm not saying I want to go through that. You got that. I'm chilling. I'm good. More power to you though. More power to you. I respect what you got to go through, you know. But I'm not trying to go through that. So yeah, it's known and scientists know that the woman can handle more physical pain because she has to go through all these other things that us men don't have to go through. Um so remember when I was saying, all right, there's a time and a place for you to control her. When she's losing control, first of all, you have to control yourself, man. You have to control yourself from just letting her get what she wants. Because when her sexual energy is stimulated, she's on fire. Again, anybody that's seen a woman on fire before know that she can become very aggressive. And of course, you're like, oh, that's exactly what I want, right? You know what I mean? But no, this is the time where you show your manhood. Peace, dream wise, peace, peace. This is the time when you show that you're alpha male. There's not a lot of alpha males out there, ladies, because the alpha male is going to control that. It's going to say, sit still. And that's going to make the energy go up even more. Mike, what's up, brother? That's going to make her, and that's going to make her sexual energy go up even more. When you tell her she has to sit still. Remember in the last video, I told you that I told you about that position in tantra where the woman is sitting on top of you front ways with her legs wrapped around you. All right, that's a starting position. Now, what I mean is, and I'm talking about still with clothes on. I mean, no. Here's the thing: you can have no clothes on, but you cannot be inside her. Gotta control yourself. Again, the whole thing is playing chess. You want to pull her a little bit. All right, you want to tease her a little bit. Society is. Remember, they downgraded the woman. They, back in the early days, and especially at medieval times, a woman was either a wife with kids or she was a prostitute. This is facts. Go to medieval times and stuff like that, and even a lot of early modern society times. She was either a mom with a whole bunch of kids or she was a prostitute. So she had to learn the art of teasing a man because she had to get paid. And remember what I told you how experiences go. It trickles down from generation to generation. All right, it spreads like a disease. So this is why if something happens to a large group of people, let's just take slavery for example, right? Slavery happened to a large group of people. That tradition gets passed down from generation to generation, even if the slavery doesn't exist anymore. Okay, that tradition gets passed down. So in this society, the woman thinks she's supposed to be the tease. Wonder why it doesn't work out? Because she's not supposed to be the tease. Man, you're supposed to be the tease. But it takes a lot of work because obviously, a woman's, can attract you instantly just with her body. Remember, she represents the physical realm. So of course her body is going to be like, it's going to be like, what is the word I'm searching for? It's going to be like art to the masculine. So the feminine body, the feminine character, right, is going to be like art to the masculine character. It's going to be like something that the masculine character can't describe because they're so logical. They become free. This is why they chase after the woman so much, because that's the masculine's freedom. The masculine character is so constricted, and then the woman represents freedom. It can become a drug, right? You see what I'm saying? It becomes the freedom of just to let go from all these rules and regulations, where the woman is just, she doesn't represent rules. She doesn't represent regulation. She doesn't represent constriction. So, ladies, you got to remember this too, because some ladies, they're like, "How do I keep a man?" Well, do you try to you represent? Do you represent freedom or you represent constriction? Be honest with yourself. Some women, some ladies ask me, why do so many men cheat? Why so many men run away from relationships? Again, I'm attacking both sides. If you notice this, I don't, I'm not biased. I'm trying not to be biased. Again, I have a natural bias because I'm a man, but I'm gonna attack both sides. Because I'm a man, I go at men a lot harder to try to be unbiased. But I still gotta go at, the other side too, because it's reality. So, you wondering why the man runs away all the time? Because you're not representing his freedom. Does he feel free when he's in your presence? Or do you constrict him even more than society does? Society is already constricting us enough. Society is already putting us in cages enough. The relationship shouldn't be a cage too. And this goes for the opposite end too, because remember, a masculine character can be a woman and a feminine character can be a man too. So this goes for both sides. When you're in a relationship, are you making, or are you your partner's freedom, or are you your partner's constriction, jail time? Because guess what? A masculine character already has enough constriction. So if you constrict them as well, they're going to run away. Even if it's convenient for them to stay with you. Okay? They're going to run away from you. They're going to cheat on you because they're going to cheat. They're going to have sexual experiences with somebody that gives them freedom. Come on, man. Let's go. They're going to crave somebody that's going to give them that freedom, even if it's temporary, even if it'll mess up their household, because that's how much freedom is to them. Because, like I said, they're already constricted by society. Now, ladies, you also know you're constricted by society as well, because now you're a part of this society. So this is why I said it goes both ways too. So men, you can't constrict your women either. You constrict her when the time is right. I told you, sexually. It's the only time you should be controlling your woman. Okay? And what I mean by controlling her is, like I said, letting her volcano build up. Don't just give her what she desires right away. You got to pull her. You're meant to be the tease. She was taught to be the tease because she was degraded. But she's not supposed to be the tease. Ladies, this is why you're not having these intense orgasms, because the man is just letting you get what you want. So the moment you want sex, the dude is like, okay, let's go. Matter of fact, he's already asking you for it. No, guys, you got to control your emotion. You got to control yourself. If she wants sex from you, you got to wait. You got to tell her to keep still. She might even get angry. Anger is connected to anger, sex, Mars, same thing. So she might get angry. That might even be good, better. You want her to be sexually frustrated because the moment that you do engage her, it's going to be like an explosion. Again, ladies, the reason why you're not having these intense orgasms the way that you're supposed to have them is because somebody is not controlling you in that aspect. You're just getting whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy doesn't have any control. He's not an alpha male. We think alpha males are some big tough dudes that want to beat people up all the time. You know? No. Alpha males control situations. Okay? And that's very, very few. Alpha male controls situations. So alpha male sexually is not going to give you what you want right away. Okay, ladies, he's going to grip you up and be like, you got to wait until I tell you to. Okay. And because he might instinctively know that the more you make her wait, the more explosive she's going to be. The more you tease her. When's the last time you teased a woman, guys? Ladies, when's the last time a guy teased you? It's probably been a long time, right? When's the last time you wanted sex from a man, ladies, and the guy was teasing you? SMR Rose said never. Anybody else? Any other ladies in here? You wanted sex from a man and he was playing with you? I'm talking about physically, because obviously, if you're not there together, that's a different story. But let's just say you're in a room with a guy and you want sex. You're initiating it, and he's playing with you. He's teasing you. That's how it's supposed to go. Guys, that's how it's supposed to go. And you're probably thinking, some guys are probably thinking like, dang, well, if I never initiated, it's never going to happen. Well, that's because you're not attracting her well. You're not building sexual tension, because let me tell you something. When a woman wants sex, she's going to take it, or at least attempt to. When a woman wants sex, she's going to take it, but she just might not be in that mode. You might not have built her sexual tension. You didn't create the sexual tension. You see what I mean? And you probably thinking, all right, what is the point of sexual tension? Because there's something spiritual about it. Because I brought this up in the last video, that when you're sexually stimulated, this is the only emotion that activates your whole entire brain hemisphere. So you being sexually activated actually lights up your brain like a light bulb. What would be the benefit of that happening? This is going to create more imagination. We already know that imagination is the most important aspect in this world. Okay, guys, we're back. I know it keeps freezing. Hopefully you guys are still with me. Like I said, having that sexual stimulation light up your brain, this is healing your brain. This is actually a healing mechanism for your brain. It's just a lot of us are not fully sexually stimulated. Okay? Certain parts of your brain are starting to shut down because you're not sexually stimulated. Okay? Men, you get more sexually stimulated too when you tease her. Okay? I mean, that's the best word I could use. I mean, I could find something else, but uh like I said, get into that position where you guys have no clothes on, right? And the woman is sitting on you front ways, with her legs are wrapped around your back, and try to constrain the sexual energy so it can build up. Do not enter her, okay? I'm not even speaking to the ladies because if she's sexually stimulated, she's going to try to make you do it. So I'm not even speaking to the ladies. I'm speaking to the men to control themselves so you can build that sexual energy up because her brain's going to light like a light bulb. Your brain's going to light like a light bulb. Do you understand what's happening to your aura in this moment? The two auras just becoming like a fire, a flame. That's what the flame represents. That's the spirit. Anybody that knows the four worlds, you know that the fire element is the spirit realm. You're creating a flame. Though you can't see it, but you can feel it. That's why you start getting hot. When you get sexually stimulated, you start getting hot. You start having to move. That's why our ancestors were dancing around the fire. Because you got to move. They're talking about the kundalini rising. You get hot because your kundalini's rising. And if it's really rising, it starts burning your back. It starts burning where, anybody that's had that experience. But you don't raise your kundalini by sitting still and humming. That's how you become more conscious of self, of thyself. Okay. You don't raise your kundalini like that. You have to move. You have to move your hips. The true alchemists understood this. Okay. You have to move your hips. Dancing. Remember, I told you sexuality is a dance, it's music, dance and music. Remember when I told you guys that men you have to follow by the woman's rhythm sexually? So what does this mean for ladies? You're not supposed to just lay there. You have to set the tone. The musician. I mean, you're the instrument because you represent the physical, right? So what's the tone of your instrument? How should the man vibrate it? How should the man play the guitar to make the music? You are the music. That's why you moan most of the time. That's why you're the one moaning. That's why you're the one, again, because you're the music. He's the musician. You see how everything represents sexuality? Even instruments and somebody playing a guitar or playing the drums represents sex. The feminine character is the physical instrument. So if you have a guitar, right? Let's just say you like to play the guitar. That guitar, that represents the feminine. You represent the masculine. You play the guitar, but you have to get attuned to the instrument. You can't play the guitar like you play the drums, right? That's not going to work. You can't play the piano like you play the guitar. You have to get attuned to the instrument. So when you have a woman, you have to get attuned to her. What is her vibration? What is her frequency? And ride that frequency. You see what I'm saying? And then, ladies, if you want to change the frequency, because that happens during sex, right? You want to change the frequency. That means, again, you got to set the tone again. I'm not saying you have to do it the whole time, but you have to set the tone. You have to set the vibration. He rides the vibration. You want to change it? You change the vibration again. This is how you have God sex. See, we're used to having animal sex. Now, what I mean by animal sex is low vibrational primal sex, where the guy is just ramming you. All right. And you just take it. You just get rammed until he ejaculates it, that's it. It's animal sex. That's how animals have sex in the animal kingdom. They just get rammed. It's not about uh frequencies and uplifting, and transforming energies. It's about just procreation. And again, that's fine. Sometimes. Sometimes, it's attractive to have animal sex, right? Where you just ram. Okay. But if you're doing that all the time, every time you have sex, most people have only had sex like that. Most people. See, Dick said bang, bang, bang. Okay, most people have only had sex like that. That's sad. Most people have not had a true orgasm before. That's sad too. Now I know that we've experienced orgasms for the most part, right? But I'm talking about a true orgasm. A true orgasm is when you have an orgasm through your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your spiritual body all at the same time. Now, what happens when two partners are experiencing that together? That's what Karma Sutra and Tantra is trying to teach you. That's God sex. That's how you transfer energy into another dimension. You see what I'm saying? When that moment happens, when you know that moment happens when the woman is experiencing, they call it the big O, the black hole, the zodiac circle, the karma wheel, that O, that zero, that you know, the planet, because only the woman can have the big O. That's why it takes so much time for her to get there. But man, if she's having that and then you experience your orgasm at the same time, this is when you project yourself to another dimension. Some of you ladies might have already felt that a little bit. Like when you have a solid orgasm, you kind of lose where you're at in reality. Okay. Now it's going to be like 100 times that when you actually experience the true big orgasm. Okay. You get transferred to a whole nother dimension for at least 30 seconds. Some people have even, I mean, you guys got to do your research on this stuff. Um, some people even experienced visions, have thought they've spoken to extraterrestrials, have seen the future, have seen the past. I'm not lying about this stuff. You see what I mean? I'm not lying about this stuff. This is stuff that people have experienced during these times. Did you hear what I said? Somebody looked at the past. The thing was, they said it was like 300 years ago. They seen the past. They'll see the future. They had visions, got in contact with extraterrestrials and stuff like this. They have enlightened themselves. Remember, if the Kundalini gets all the way up here until it hits your third eye, you become so-called enlightened, right? Right? But nobody really tells you how you get there. I mean, they say you do these meditations and stuff like that, but that's not what our ancestors told us. Our ancestors said you got to move your body. Our ancestors said you got to dance around that fire. The dancing around the fire is a metaphor, guys. I just explained what dancing around the fire really is. I just told you that the dancing, the music is the sexual experience. And then when you create this energy that around the fire, that's becoming or goddess. That's you becoming enlightened, becoming awakened, even if it's for a moment in time. There's no other experience on this planet. I don't care about psychedelics. I don't care about you meditating for hours and hours. There's no other experience that's going to take you higher than that one. Because, like I said, the whole reason why you exist is because of the sexual action. So the whole reason you will get off of this plane is because of the sexual action. It's very, very simple, guys. It's simple mathematics. And I know you're probably saying, "Whoa, what happens when you die?" Yeah, you come right back. That's what happens when you die. You come right back in another body, and you lose all your memory. So you got to start the whole process again. That's why the Buddhists have the karma wheel, because you're just going in a cycle every time. Even while you're alive, you're just going through cycles because you're not conscious. Is why I said you should have a diary. If you don't have a diary that you're writing in consistently, you're going in cycle. You're going in circles. Okay. Remember I said that one of the most intelligent things that you could do is have a diary where you're documenting your day at the end of every day. You're documenting your thoughts and your feelings and the things that stood out to you. And then after that, after at the end of every month, you're reading over this material, you're studying thyself. All my students, all my magic coaching students, all right? For everybody that's one of my magic coaching students, you already know I'm pumping this into you because this is something that is very, very important. All right. Something is very, very important. So again, um, let's talk about let's touch on Mars and Venus again because everybody has a different language. All right. Because remember when I said the woman had represents the frequency. Okay. A woman represents the frequency. Remember, I said the whole instrument analogy, where I said you got as the man, you're the musician, the magician, musician, same thing. Magician, musician. There's a reason why anybody gets into language, you know that things are similar for a reason. All right. Hold on. The magician. Why is it a masculine character? Hold on. The glare. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. You guys seen this? Why is the magician a masculine character? What are these tools here? What does this represent? I don't even want, I just want you to gaze at stuff like this. I want your subconscious mind to just absorb it. Again, like I said, I want to get it closer. I don't want that glare to hit. I mean, you guys can look it up on Google Images. The magician card in the Rider Waite deck. Why is the magician a masculine character? Why does he represent number one? If you look at it, he represents number one. That's masculinity. Magician, musician. Okay. As above, so below. What is he doing? What does the man do what does the man do with his sexual energy? What is this as above, so below thing? What is he doing with this? And why is he pointing down to reality, to the earth? Because the man represents the middle plane. He's pointing down to reality, which the woman represents. Because the man takes spirit and gives it to the woman. I said this in my last video. This is what this represents, guys. As above, so below. He takes spirit. That's the seed. Okay? He takes the seed, the life force. Remember the rules of karma. In order to give life, you have to take life. So the man must die a little bit. Every time a man ejaculates, he loses life force because he has to take life force from something higher and give it to the woman. This is why the magician is standing like this. I mean, this is why the magician is standing like this. He has to take that, run it through him, which will deplete his life force and give it to the woman down here. Reality. I told you that the physical reality is the feminine. Beyonce was right when she said girls run this world. They don't even know. Ladies, y'all don't even know. Yeah, y'all run this physical reality. Okay? And you're the true alchemist. The man is the magician. You see? So he transfers that seed to you as a lady, as the woman, right? You transmute spirit to matter. So you take that spirit, 9 months later, it comes out as matter. Now we know the workings of the inner body during that time too, but get what I mean. Okay? Get what I mean. Alchemy. The magician, the musician is the man. The matter, physical reality is the woman. So of course, the woman represents the instrument. And you have to play the instrument, but you have to know the language of the instrument. You have to be attuned to the instrument. So the woman sets the tone. The woman sets the dance. The woman is supposed to lead the dance. Who said the man was supposed to lead the dance? That sounds like, that's just sounds weird to me. The woman leads the dance. So if you're dancing with a woman, right? So you guys go, you go to the club or whatever, and you're having fun and you want to dance with a woman, she's supposed to lead. I know it's backwards from what we're taught. They say the man's supposed to lead the dance and stuff like that. Whatever it is. I mean, we don't even dance in that way anymore. But if you get on a woman, you go with her rhythm. That's how you really dance. You go with her rhythm. It's the same thing with sex. When you enter her, you go by her rhythm, and you guys start making music. She's gonna start moaning. That's the music. You got to pay attention to her frequencies. She's gonna change frequency. Okay, the dance, and then as you keep building up, you keep building up. She's gonna have orgasms, but the orgasms are gonna get more intense the higher you go up. You as the male, I know it sucks. You got to hold the orgasm. You got to hold it. Unless you get into the ejaculation technique. I made that video a long time ago. It was years ago about my video on the ejaculation technique, where the man can have an orgasm, but he's not spilling the seed. And it's difficult. And you're better off. I mean, it's not difficult if you get comfortable with it, but you're just better off becoming an alpha male, because this is what an alpha male would do. Alpha male is going to control himself where he won't ejaculate until it's time to. That's an alpha male. These beta males, they just want to get a nut off all the time. Okay? They're so rushed, they're so fixated on the nut that they don't pay attention to the music. They don't pay attention to the dance. And again, there's some women like that too, because everybody's masculine. So there's some women that only want, they just want the quick orgasm. And then they're done, they're chilling. They don't pay attention to the music, they don't pay attention to the dance. So they don't even experience what they could truly experience. Your experience is limited. Okay? So men become the magician. This is the alpha male right here. Guys, ladies, you want to see an alpha male? I got to get this. This is your alpha male right here. The magician. Does he look all big and tough with muscles? Does he look intimidating, like he's going to kill you or something like that? The glare sucks. This is your alpha male right here. Okay. He's mastered. He's mastered discipline. He understands his role in life. He understands that he plays that middle role. All right, we're back again. I don't understand with the connection with my Wi-Fi. I apologize, everybody. I apologize for my connection. So the alpha male, he understands as above, so below. Okay. He understands the importance of matter, because all those tools, even though they represent the elements, they still represent matter. When you think about fire, it can be tangible. When you think about water, it could be tangible. When you think about earth, it could be tangible. Even air is tangible. Okay, to an extent. So it represents matter as a whole. Okay. Um, and this infinity sign, why would it be above the magician's head? Okay. I just want you guys to, because This is how our ancient ancestors taught. I want you to ponder these things. This is your homework. Everybody in the chat room right now, this is your homework. I want you to look at the magician card. I want you to ponder. Don't try to use your logic. So if you learn tarot cards, anybody that's been studying tarot cards, is probably going to be a lot harder for you to do this exercise. Okay. I just want you to ponder and imagine of why this is the reason this is created like this. Okay. So, but yeah, I did say I was going to get to Mars and Venus. Mars and Venus. We are, like I said before, Venus represents the divine feminine. Mars represents the divine masculine. If you want to understand masculinity and the feminine, look at Mars and Venus and their attributes. Okay. So let's talk about Mars because we're getting into sexuality. We're getting into physical sexuality. Okay. So Mars, when it comes to physical sexuality, Mars represents your sex language. It represents the constellation of how you can reach your sexual peak, of how you can reach that next dimension. You know, in alchemy, remember they were talking about the Merkaba, you reaching, you taking your physical, you taking your consciousness to the next level. That's what happens. Okay, that's what happens. So, um, Mars shows you the path, the maze, the constellation. That's why when you look at a constellation, it looks like a maze. Okay, the maze, the matrix, everything. It's all connected. So, what's your sex language? That's what you need to understand. When you have a sexual partner, you need to learn their sex language. Okay, which is their frequency, especially if it's a woman. If you want to learn, you know, you have to learn her sex language. What is her frequency? Try to match that frequency, but also with the woman, with the man, because this is a spiritual attribute that I'm talking about. We always talk about that we want to get to the next level, we want to evolve, right? I already told you that the Kundalini represents your sexual energy. So, what is the nature of your Mars? Okay. So, let's pretend you have an air sign on your Mars. You know your nature is connected to your mental sex. You ever heard of that sign? I mean that song, Mind Sex. What is it? By Dead Prez. Mind Sex. I don't want to take my clothes off yet. Something we can just chat, relax, and have a good conversation. You know, mind sex. Guys, you should be already having mind sex with the woman anyway. Because remember, I told you the different parts of sexuality, ladies. Ladies' sexuality starts from the top down. Men's sexuality starts from the bottom up. So this is why when a man is attracted to somebody, it immediately becomes sexual first. So ladies, don't get mad at the men because they automatically think about sex first. It's how he was designed. This is sex education. You got to understand this stuff. Now, men, on the other hand, you got to understand it starts in her imagination first, and then it comes down to physical sex. Yeah, Ichigo. Yeah, yeah. Dead Prez. That's my song, man. Mind Sex. Anybody want to hear that song? Look it up. Dead Prez, Mind Sex. So if you have a air sign on your Mars, that song is for you. That's how you reach your sexual peak. All right. Mind sex is the imaginational tease. Okay. For those these were people that were good at doing this were known as your charmers. People that are very charming. They know how to paint pictures within your mind. Ladies, when you get charmed by a man, he's most likely good at painting that picture in your imagination of you guys being together. So then you think about it all day. You just imagine it all day. What happens when you imagine things in your imagination? It becomes reality, or at least becomes as close to reality as it can be. Remember with the whole thing about setting your goals, right? And then envisioning your goals, because you're going to create that with whatever you envision. Okay. But you got to know the nature of your whole Mars. Remember, we got to get deeper. We got to look at what houses the Mars is in, right? What house the Mars is in. That's gonna affect it as well. The environment of your Mars. So the sign that rules your Mars is the nature of your Mars. The house that Mars is in your chart is the environment of your Mars. Why are these two things important? Do you not understand that this is a story? Mars is a character. So what type of character is he? That's the sign ruling Mars. And where is your character placed? What environment? Where is he at? You can write the story out yourself. This is how our ancient ancestors taught. Now, what is Venus? Venus is your love language. Remember, I said Mars is your sex language, right? Venus is your love language. What happens when you couple love with sex? You create godhood. You create different dimensions. Because if it's just Mars by itself, that's the animal sex. What happens when you couple desire with sex? Because that's what Venus really represents. And love can be a part of desire. But they make the mistake by saying that Venus is the planet of love. No, Venus is the planet of desire. Now remember, Venus represents the feminine, represents the woman. She represents desire. This is why the woman craves things all the time. She craves, attention. She craves physical things. She wants to get her hair done, her nails done. She craves, to us men, it seems like she's never satisfied, right? But if you knew the knowledge, you would know that's the beauty of a woman, that she's never satisfied. That's the beauty of a woman. Because why would that be? Why would that be such a good match for Mars? Because Mars always wants to conquer. Mars has an addiction to conquering. Okay. So if the Venus is never satisfied, that means Mars can always conquer. This is the beauty of a feminine and masculine character coming together. But like I said before, today we're all masculine characters. Now even the woman is trying to conquer her man. And the man is trying to conquer her, so they're like it's not going to work out. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, That's the beauty of it being a woman, not being satisfied. Venus always desires. So Venus, like I said, represents your love language. How do you need to express your desires? Think about it. Remember what I was saying about the characteristics, the nature of that. That's your ruling sign on your Venus. Now, what's the environment that your Venus is in? You can understand yourself a lot better. Remember, I told you the astrology chart is your map. Those of you that got the astrology reading from me, and all of you people that got an astrology reading from me, I hope you're taking this seriously. I hope you're doing more research. I hope that you're utilizing this. I need you to do that. I need you to do that. Okay. Like I said, there's a couple other people that wanted to get astrology readings from me. You gotta let me know now. Like I said before, anybody that's new in the chat room, I'm about to start doing my traveling, so I won't be doing readings and consultations for a while, for a long time. Besides with my students, with my magic coaching students, anybody that's a magic coaching student, yeah, I'll be dealing with you monthly as planned. And there's a couple of my students that didn't contact me for this month, so definitely contact me so we can set up that next session. Like I said, LG, I got you next week. But yeah, we'll be going to our monthly programs as usual for my students. Okay. Oh, but yeah, so like I said, your love, your desires. The woman represents desire. She represents craving things. She craves things all the time. And as a man, you might get mad at her. You might get frustrated with that. Sometimes she just craves conversation. The thing is, sometimes the man and the woman might get in an argument because the man wants to end the conversation. See, the man represents ending things, conclusions. The woman doesn't want a conclusion. So sometimes, guys, you have to entertain her as far as whatever she wants to be entertained with at the time. Not everything has to have a conclusion. Okay. Even sexually, right? Like, you think about it, the man represents conclusion because once the man ejaculates, is over, right? Now, a woman can keep going and going, as long as she's satisfied, as long as she's stimulated. If she's still sexually stimulated, she can keep going and going and going for hours. Hours. If she wanted to, if it didn't become too uncomfortable for her. But let's just pretend she's still comfortable physically and she's still sexually stimulated. Man, she can have sex all day. She can have 100 orgasms. This is facts. This is actual real facts. Yeah, Ichigo, it is unfair. It is unfair, man. Again, I'm a man too, so but again, there's beauty to both sides, though. It's beauty to both sides because, like I said, man, you represent this. This is what you're supposed to be. This is the alpha male. This is what you're supposed to be. There's beauty in this too. There's beauty in both sides. There's beauty in being a magician, a musician. Different words, but basically the same thing. These are your instruments. This is an instrument. Okay. Magician, musician. I'm gonna have everybody in the chat saying that all the time. Magician, musician. You can't say it fast though. So yeah, what you want to do? I just want you guys to become comfortable with these concepts, so your relationships can flourish better. Because this is what sex education is actually for. Is to make your relationships better, which in return makes sex better. See, we like to go straight to the sex. We like, how can I make sex better? How can I make my sex life better? It's not going to get better unless you understand relationships better. If you're having problems with your sex life, even if you're in a relationship, it's because you don't have relationships, the psychology of relationships right. Because if you have the psychology of relationships right, you understand masculine energy, you understand feminine energy, you understand how to stimulate masculine energy, you understand how to stimulate feminine energy, you're not going to have problems with your sex life. Matter of fact, what's going to happen is that your sex life might start getting overly powerful. Trust me. You might have to take a break from your sex life because it's becoming so active. Guys, remember I told you, especially if you're a dude, if you're a guy and you're stimulating your woman the right way, you might have to run away from her. You gotta run because she's, again, remember I said she's never satisfied. She's always gonna want more. If you're stimulating her the way she's supposed to be stimulated, she's gonna desire this all the time. But remember, I told you alpha male controls energy. Alpha male controls energy because this is what the magician is doing. He's controlling energy. That's what a magician is, right? The magician, when you're setting up spells and you're setting up rituals, what are you doing? You're controlling energy. It's not nothing bad because the energy is accessible for you. But when you become a magician, you start controlling the energy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, everyone does love sex. I don't know. I just realized I don't know why they're hiding these comments. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to delete your comment, the Floyd. But I seen what it said though. I just don't know why they're. I guess because it has the word sex in it. YouTube is being retarded. So what they do is they block your message, right? Um, yeah. It's YouTube's new filter thing. I didn't mean to. I meant to put show, but I hit the delete button by accident. But yeah, uh, you know, what was I saying about oh yeah, running away. Oh, about I was talking about the man controlling energy because that's what an alpha male does. Alpha male controls energy. So the alpha male won't, he'll understand that the woman needs to be teased. Okay. And this is why, like I said, and here's the thing, it's not men's fault necessarily, because what happens is that society is breeding beta males. Because why would they insist on doing that? We got to think about this. We got to think about how society is run. We got to think about why would society want to breed beta males versus alpha males? Okay? Because the beta male can be controlled easier. Still a male, so it's still harder to control. I mean, it's still a male, but remember I said the masculine characters are easy to control. Period. But the okay, because because the reason is because the alpha male wants to control energy itself. You see what I'm saying? So they want you to be a masculine character, right? They want you to be a beta male, a beta masculine character. So you stay in that one lane, all right? Because when you become the alpha male character, you're gonna want to control yourself. You're gonna want to control energy yourself. You see what I mean? Um, so that's exactly why they create a society where they breed beta males, which most men, again, if you went through this society, you've been bred to be one. You weren't bred to be this. You see what I mean? You weren't bred to be the magician. That would cause too many problems. You see what I mean? This guy right here would cause too many problems to society as far as the structure of society. You know, that's why he's number one in the tarot. This is the leader of the tarot. Now, the tarot is actually about the fool. If you guys didn't know, me pull out this full card wherever it's. Shout out to everybody in the live stream. Hold on one second. I got these things. I use them all the time. So, ooh, I want to bring this card out too. Where is the Fool card? Hold on one second, everyone. I cannot. This is how the tarot works, right? You want to find one card, and it's so difficult. Here we go. That glare, though. There's a way to. I can't get it because if I do it like this, oh, actually, oh, that glare is too. The glare is crazy, but I mean, whatever. You guys see. But the tarot is actually about the Fool card. The Fool card really represents you as the individual. This is why it represents number 0, all things, because you represent all things. Again, you know, this is the Fool going on the journey. I think Michael Tysarion called it the journey of the Fool. I think that's what he called it. Now I know we have this attribute of the term fool, right? We think it's a negative thing, right? A negative connotation. But again, you got to look at the different aspects. What technically is a fool, right? This is like the childlike mind state. So when somebody wants to offend you, they'll say you're like a child, but that's actually actually a good thing. What you should say to defend somebody is you act like too much of like an adult. Because I told you adults are stupid. The older you get, the stupider you get, the more calcified you become. Because of society. Again, if it was natural, you would become more wise, right? But because of this society, the older you get, you become dumber. You become more calcified. Become less wise. All right. So if you think like a child, it's foreign to them, right? So if you're laughing all the time and you don't take things too seriously and you're having fun in life, they see that as a bad thing. This is how miserable people are today. They'll be like, you don't take things seriously. You're too happy. You're always laughing. I told you somebody said that to me before. They was like, you just laugh too much. And I was like, how miserable of a person do you have to be to get mad at somebody for being happy? That's one miserable individual, right? Because this is what it's about, guys. I told you that if this information is not increasing your happiness and it's not increasing your relationships, like what are we doing this for? If it's not increasing your purpose on this planet, like trying to find out what you want to do in life, what are you doing this for? This is what we should be focused on. This is the Lover's card. And again, this glare, man. You know what I got to do, guys? Maybe the next time I do a live stream, I'll have it where you guys just see my screen, right? What I could do is I could create a PowerPoint presentation. Okay. And I'm going to create a PowerPoint presentation, right? Because I don't know how to switch the screen thing on the new platform of going live on YouTube. It's a whole new thing. And I don't know how to do that just yet. I probably just got to do research on YouTube and stuff like that and, and get that. What I could do though is with a regular video, I can create a PowerPoint presentation and I can have it where I'm sharing my screen. So basically what I'm showing you is my presentation. So I can show you images and stuff because, when I'm speaking and I'm showing you the images And it's a lot more of a powerful effect when you're teaching. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to start doing that more often with my regular videos. Obviously, like I said, as far as right now with the live sessions, until I figure out exactly how, uh should we do a Zoom chat, all of us? That would be awesome. Um, I don't even know what Zoom chat is. I got to get familiar with that. But either way, like I said, with my regular videos, what I want to do, okay, yeah, see Diggs and Rose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into Zoom. I'm going to definitely do that. Because like I said, with the live sessions, I know how to do it with a regular video. I know how to do it with that. I just don't know how to do it with the lives. But if you guys are telling me Zoom is something I need to get into, then that's what I'll look that up. Thank you C Diggs and SMR Rose for pointing that out to me. I'll get into that. Because like I said, I want to start showing some images, and I can pull up some ancient artifacts and stuff like that. I just want to do some PowerPoint presentations. Okay. Maddie Champ, yeah. If you do want another tarot reading, hit me up now. Okay. Because like I said, I'm about to stop doing readings and consultations for a while, for at least like 4 or 5 months. So that's another reason why I'm letting people know periodically through this talk that, again, you want the tarot readings, you want a numerology reading, you want an astrology reading, you want the how to make money from home session, you want the money spell, all those things, all my services. You want to contact me now at culthealing22@gmail.com. The email's in the description of this video. All right, because I'm setting them up now. Like I said, I already had a couple people that were backed up that wanted, I think it was 2 astrology readings and a couple numerology readings. So I gotta fit them in the schedule. So again, email me, Matty Champ, and let me know, and we can set that up as soon as possible before I start making these trips. All right. I might be in a city near you. Okay, because like I said, we might be able to do meet and greets. I'll be in Atlanta. I'll be in Vegas. Like I said, Miami, um couple different places after that. I'll keep you guys updated because I'm still going to be doing videos, and I'm like I said, everybody that's a magic coaching session student, I'll be still, we're still going to be doing our monthly consultations. Okay, and then like I said, I'm going to start really updating the private Facebook group too, as well, for all those that are in my private Facebook group, for those that are my magic coaching students. I'll be dropping a lot of heavy information for you guys. All right. Oh yeah. So the lover's card, though, before I go, this is your sexual education right here. One image. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. This is worth like 1,000,000 words. Tarot card images are worth like 1,000,000 words. This is your sexual education right here. What I want you to do, guys, is I want you to, because remember I said your other homework was looking at the magician and the Rider Waite deck. Your second homework I want you to do is I want you to look at the Lover's card and the Rider Waite deck. This is one image that's giving you all your sexual education. I mean, what I mean by sexual education is true sexual education. Okay. Um, I would love to talk more, guys. I might go live again. I like going live. I do have to go. Like again, this topic, we could talk about this topic all day. We could talk about this topic for weeks. All right. Bye. Thank you, Rose. I got to go myself. All right, but for all the people that tapped in late, remember, you can, as soon as this video is done, you can rewind it and see it from the beginning, so you can get that good information. Anybody that's new in the chat, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please share the video, whatever it is. Again, like I said before, get these consultations with me now, the readings, if you're interested in the readings, occulthealing22@gmail.com. The email's in the description of this video. Contact me now. All right. Literally, I'm on my phone. Phone's right here. Contact me now. We'll set these sessions up. We'll get it in before I stop doing them. Other than that, hope you took this information to heart. Hope you really learned something, and you progress in life. And I'll be tapping in with you guys soon. So until next time, peace, love, ashe, namaste. Peace.